Well, hello out there, and welcome to Small Beards and Big Opinions.
Where the world is crazy, but luckily, so are we.
My name is Eddie Boyce.
And I'm Shaner. Look at
Welcome back.
we got
Look at
that down.
us.
We got that down.
Got it down. It's not like we've been doing
We
this
used
for
to
a year.
struggle. We
Huh?
used to struggle with that. You remember those days when we struggled with that?
I know, I know.
Like every day for the first 5 times we recorded.
Them were, well, yeah, because I was so used to the two dudes on the radio intro, and like I had that
Well,
stuck in my head.
even with like two dudes on the radio, we still messed that up
Oh,
constantly.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That became a
Constantly.
running joke that we couldn't get that right.
But now we good. We experienced. We're in. Never mind. I forgot what that saying was, but we're doing
The
it.
zone.
The zone. That's it. Yes, we're in the zone. Yeah, we're doing it. Well, everyone, welcome to History and Hypotheticals. Basically, our most. Come on, OBS, work with me. Basically, our most popular series on the show. Glad you all like it so much. Yep, no guest today, just us flapping our gums to random facts and situations. Shaner, you have anything to say before we jump in?
Um, yeah, I got nothing. I think we should just jump right in, get to the good stuff.
Oh, actually, no, we should address the Pokemon episode. We kind of did it last episode, but it wasn't our top
Yeah, let's
episode
talk
yet.
about this.
Let's touch on this for a sec. We didn't realize you guys like Pokemon so much.
Yeah, like holy cow, we did not expect this episode to do great.
Like, okay.
It was a new thing.
Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely some algorithm play there because there's definitely new people viewing. But glad you'll like it. More will be coming. We're definitely gonna get Holly on. Other than that, we have no idea. But I'm sure someone will figure out. Hey, Amanda, you can reclaim your throne. Come back on and try to get back on our top videos.
You know what? You know who we should play Pokeguesser with?
Who?
I want to play Pokeguesser with the CEO of Nintendo. What is his name? Bowser?
Oh, Nintendo America. Yeah, it's like Jake Bowser or
Yeah.
something.
If he's listening to this, if we get the Pokeguesser episode to him and he listens to this video somehow, we would love to have you on to play Pokeguesser. I don't care how good at it you are because you run, Nintendo. We would love to have you on Pokeguesser.
That'll
I
be
think I
like
speak for both of us.
the pinnacle of my existence if we get him on the show. That's really dramatic and probably not, but that would be pretty awesome.
It probably will never happen, but you know what? We never thought Pokeguesser would get to 90 views, so impossible things can happen.
Yeah, so if you want someone on the show who isn't a huge Pokemon fan or doesn't know Pokemon at all, and we can make fun of them and they can make fun of themselves by saying stupid names, let us know. DM,
Yeah,
I think
hit us
email.
up.
I don't know if we have an email, but I don't know. Just DM us on Facebook or IG. Anyways, let's get on with the show. So, first segment, you know it, we love it. Should I say it the other way around? Whatever. Fact, false. Giving each other quizzes, and we're gonna try and stump each other. So, Shaner, why don't you go first? You test me
Yeah,
first.
it's not like one of us gets stumped consistently.
Hey, you got me last time.
All right. Yeah, on a technicality. That feels like forever ago.
It was
I
forever
know.
ago. We've done like so many in between episodes, I think. We keep getting distracted
It's
by new
crazy.
stuff.
All right. So for your fact, false of this week, this episode,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about hospitals because I work in one.
Ooh.
And I wanted to pick something you might not know a whole lot about. It was going to be about the DMV, because I had to go there today and get a new driver's license, but I could not find enough interesting facts to make it worthwhile.
That sounds about right for the DMV.
Yeah, so we swapped the hospitals.
Sure. All right, hit me, Shaner.
Now, here we go. There are 6,129 hospitals in the United States. The oldest hospital in the United States is Bellevue Hospital, which was founded in 1736, or hospitals are strictly forbidden from selling alcoholic beverages in their grounds to patients.
All right, I'm going to have you repeat those to me again.
All right, are you ready?
I am ready.
There are over 6,000 hospitals in the United States. The oldest hospital in the United States was founded in 1736, and hospitals are strictly forbidden from selling alcohol to patients in their grounds.
You said 1736?
1736.
Now, say that last one again. I know I'm having you repeat stuff, but say that last one again.
Hospitals are strictly forbidden from selling alcoholic beverages to patients on their grounds.
Okay. And you at home, you can also think about this. So while I'm thinking, you think too.
Yeah, pause the episode. Make your guess. Don't cheat. We know if you cheat. And you know what happens if you cheat?
Oh boy, Janer, what's going to happen if they cheat?
I didn't have time to come up with anything creative this week. I didn't even remember to come up with anything creative. So I'm going to go with a simple one.
Sure.
I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to set it on fire.
Oh, nice. Nice and simple arson.
That's it. Just straight up arson.
Okay.
We're done being creative for the week. We're just committing arson. So don't cheat. I don't know how good I'd be at arson. So don't make me find out. I don't think I can get arrested for saying that on the air. I'm not threatening anyone specific.
Nah, you're not threatening anyone specific. You're fine. Ooh, this one's tricky.
It is, isn't it? I didn't think this one was going to be so tricky. So you have a 1 in 3 chance.
All right, I've made my decision.
And your answer is?
My answer is I think the statement you made that the first American hospital was founded in 1738, I think you said, is incorrect.
37.
37. I think that's incorrect. I think it would have happened later.
Eddie guessed number 2.
Correct. Yes,
Which is wrong.
Ah! All right, what was it?
The first hospital, Bellevue Hospital, was founded in 1737.
Where was it?
It was in, let me look at my fact sheet here. It is always a challenge to read the last one as convincingly, like the false one as convincingly as the other two.
Right.
It was in New York City.
Okay. All right. Okay.
40 years before the American Revolution.
All right. I thought that would have been too early, but okay. So what was the false one?
That was, for a second there, I was like, wait a minute, you guessed the false. No, you didn't. It's, my brain got that. I was screwed up. It was the alcohol one.
Ah, darn it. I see, that one seems so obviously true that I thought it had to be one of the other two, but I was like, wait, that's so obvious. Really? Patients can buy alcohol? Really?
I never said they could buy it. But technically you can buy it. It's not a technicality because it's all true. But some hospitals, doctors will prescribe alcohol to patients recovering from like alcohol addiction so that they don't completely relapse.
Oh.
And I think, yeah.
All right. That one was smart.
And so,
okay.
It's not a technicality because they are selling it. It's a service, and you do get charged for it.
Ooh.
Probably an exorbitant amount.
All right. You got me.
I was hoping that one was going to get you because alcohol in the hospital sounds like an absurd idea, and I did not know that fact until I looked it up. I'd heard people talking about having alcohol because I think a couple patients at the hospital where I work had like jokingly asked a nurse for a beer.
Uh-huh.
And I can't tell if the nurses were joking when they said they could request it from the cafeteria for like a crazy price. So I had to look it up, and that's when I stumbled upon the alcohol addiction one. So
yeah, no, you got me. That was a good one. You did good on that one. Good job.
Thanks. And yeah, there are like over 6,000 hospitals, which seems absurd to me. I know there's a lot of cities, but 6,000 hospitals,
See, I was
that's a
thinking there
lot of
might be
hospitals.
more than that. That's what caught me a while, because, yeah, I thought there might be more.
It's something like 6,129.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, Shayner. That was a good one. Congrats.
Thanks.
All right, Shayner. It's my turn to stump you at Fact
Yeah, we'll
False.
see. Maybe this is my turnaround episode.
Maybe you're gonna like this theme. I don't know if you're gonna like the facts. So
Okay.
your theme for this Fact False is the most popular fictional characters to cosplay.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, Shayner dabbles in like cosplay. I don't know how much you cosplay nowadays, but you at some point
I'm
cosplay.
actually working on one right now.
Oh, what do you work? Oh, is that a surprise?
No, I mean everyone can know. I think I posted about it. I'm working on a Mandalorian, not the Mandalorian from the show, but my own custom design, and it's coming together pretty nicely, I think.
Sick. That's pretty cool.
So my whole family's, but my whole, well, I say my whole family, but my dad and my brothers are all building their own set of armor, so we're gonna get some cool group shots when it's all done. So yeah.
Okay, I thought is your dad finished yours? Because I think I saw him post about, or maybe that was another. No, I think it was a Mandalorian.
He is, yeah, he's working on one currently, and he is 3D printing some armor stuff to replace the ones he made out of foam, and it looks super cool.
Okay,
So,
isn't it like red?
yeah, it's red.
Okay, okay, cool. Shout out, Mr. Shaner. All right, so again, most popular fictional characters to cosplay. Now, these results were determined basically on the total number of Instagram hashtags. So basically, this company basically gathered, they put in a hashtag for a certain character, and they compiled all the total hashtags for a character, and that's how they determine what the most popular characters are. Okay?
Okay,
Just so
I'm not
you know.
gonna doubt that this list is wrong because I'm sure it'll be correct. But my problem with them using hashtags is people will just throw random characters onto hashtags to get attention. So
Well,
like if I cosplayed Luke Skywalker, I'd put hashtag Luke Skywalker, but if I wanted to reach a wider audience, I'd put like hashtag Han Solo, R2D2, Princess Leia, because then anyone searching for those would see me too.
sure. And I didn't look too deep in their methodology. I just know that that's the general
I
premise.
think it'll be correct though. Like, I think the list will be pretty accurate.
It
But
looked
now I'm curious.
Yeah, it looked correct to me. Like, not, I don't go to a lot of cons, and I'm not really into the cosplay scene. But I was looking through everything, and they seemed like normal. Like, nothing really stood out. Like, everything on the list was expected. So it
So
seemed
you
fine
giving
to me.
me two that are real and one that's not the most popular?
So the two of them are the number one and the number two, and then one of them's not even in the top 10.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'm ready. Hit me.
Now that does not mean the one that I'm giving you, the false one's not popular. I'm just saying it's like not in the one or two spot or in the top 10 most popular
I got
characters. You. Okay, all right, cool. So your three statements, three characters are Harley Quinn, Link from Legend of Zelda, and Spider-Man.
Oh, shoot, this sucks. I hate this already.
Yeah, I know. I did pretty good on this one.
I was so confident until you said Spider-Man. Oh, okay. I know it is definitely between Link and Spider-Man. When was this list? When was this list compiled?
That's a good question. I don't know. This thing I just found. I didn't find. So like, because of my job, I get like sent like random press releases for stuff, and this was just sent to me like a couple days ago.
Okay, so because I was trying to see if it coincided with the Tears of the Kingdom's release.
Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna say this was compiled before Tears of the Kingdom. Probably. I can get that exact info if you want to wait a couple of minutes.
No, that's fine. Because the problem is, it doesn't help much. Because we also just got two really big Spider-Man releases recently.
Oh, that's true. The movie. Yeah, I still have not seen the first
If you say you haven't seen
Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse movie, I'm going to digitally throw something at you. Why haven't you seen Into the
I
Spider-Verse?
want to. I just haven't.
Dude,
I don't know.
it's so good.
I don't go see movies unless it's Cocaine Bear or the Super Mario film,
No,
you know?
Into the Spider-Verse has been on streaming for like years now.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
That movie is right up your alley.
I know. It looks really cool, and I want to see it. I'm kind of burnt out on Marvel films, and so like, I'm kind of like,
This is completely different.
I know, and I need to go see it.
No, wait. The first one.
Yeah, the first one. I know, the first one.
Yeah, you should take an evening, watch it. You won't regret it. And the second one's even better, but I'll talk about that later with my hot take. That pertains to that.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm trying to think of all the Comic Cons I've been to. I know Harley Quinn's in the top 3.
Okay, so just like a
easily.
reference, before you make your decision, this press release that I was sent to me yesterday. Now, I don't know when the information was compiled. I'm going to assume before the release of Tears of the Kingdom, which is the new Legend of Zelda game, in case you guys don't know. Because, this stuff takes time to put together. Because it just, dropped, last week, right?
Yeah, it dropped 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. So it might have been after. It could have been before. But this press release was sent to me
takes
yesterday.
Time to put together? Are you talking about press releases or cosplay?
I'm talking about the data. So the
data
data in
the
it.
Cosplays. And I'm like, no, you'd be surprised.
No. So the data, I don't know. I'm assuming it would take time to put together, but all they did was search on Instagram. Assuming so, I don't know. It could have been before. It could have been compiled after. I don't know. So sorry. Go ahead.
Man, this is tough. I'm gonna say the false one is. I'm gonna go with Spider-Man.
That's your answer?
That's my answer. Spider-Man is not in the top 10. Not in the top 10. At least it's not number 2 and 3.
Okay. Well, Shaner, Spider-Man is actually the second most cosplay character according to Instagram. Yep.
And is number 1 Harley Quinn?
Number 1 is Harley Quinn, correct? Which means that
Link
from Legend of Zelda is not in the top 10.
I almost guessed that, but I switched to Spider-Man only because he is one that's a lot harder to cosplay.
Really? Because all you have to do is throw a one piece on. You're good to go.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem. It's a one-piece spandex suit, and if you're like me, you don't have the body to pull off Spider-Man.
Okay, but it's a lot easier to do. Just because you don't fit the role, Shannon, does not mean that you can't live your dreams.
You can live whatever dream in cosplay you want to do. I was just thinking that, and besides, I don't want to say because Legend of Zelda hasn't been around more, but I feel like it would have been part of an early cosplay scene and therefore lasted a lot longer. Number 2, really?
Yeah.
What's number 3?
So I'll go through the entire list, and for y'all listening on, well, I guess YouTube's our only platform. I act like we have thousands. I'll put this graph up on the YouTube right now, so it should be there right now, just over top of our faces. So the entire ranking, I'll just give you the entire ranking. So Harley Quinn is number 1, and Spider-Man's number 2, and that's honestly, it's a complete blowout compared to everyone else. So total number of hashtags. Harley Quinn's got 758,000.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's got 710,000. The next one, the third one, which is Batman.
Yeah, I kind of figured Batman would be the third.
300,000. The discrepancy is huge.
Well, see, that actually also makes sense to me because unlike, the opposite of what you were saying about Spider-Man, Batman is a lot harder to do if you want to put,
Oh, right, yeah.
If you don't just want to grab a mask and a t-shirt like I did once.
Mm-hmm. See, I feel like some of these you could do pretty easy cosplays. So I'll just run through the entire list for those listening. So Harley Quinn's 1, Spider-Man is 2, Batman is 3, Joker is number 4, which I'm surprised. I figured Joker would be above Batman, but whatever. Joker's number 4. Deku, which is the main protagonist from My Hero Academia, the
Yeah, I've seen
anime.
quite a few of those cosplayers. Yeah,
Yeah, so he's number 5. Wonder Woman is number 6.
that shocks me a bit.
Diva from Overwatch, the video game, is number 7.
That makes sense.
Deadpool is number 8.
I feel like that would be higher.
I thought so too. Todoroki, I don't know what anime that's from.
He sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Sure. Number 9. And then Poison Ivy is number 10.
That also shocks me.
I'm really surprised that DC is a lot more cosplayed according to this than Marvel. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm shocked though. I can't exactly explain why, but that makes sense in my head. But don't ask me why because I don't know.
So just for my own, not own vindication, but a little other tidbit. So Link from Legend of Zelda, he's in like the top 10 video game characters cosplayed. So
yeah,
he's like number 4 on their list. So just to show that he is kind of popular to cosplay.
almost had it.
Almost had it. You were close. You got the number 2 one. All right, so that concludes fact, false. How did you do? Did we stump you, or were we really easy and we just are kind of dumb? Let us know.
Or did you cheat?
Or did you cheat?
I'll do what I have to.
Shannon will do what he has to. He just has to, you know? All right, so for our next segment, which is If You Were, which is where I give a hypothetical situation which both me and Shaner, and of course you guys can play along, have to answer. So, I got a spicy one. I'm excited for this one, Shaner. I say that about every If You Were, but this one...
No, they're usually pretty good.
Okay, so how familiar are you with the current Magic the Gathering drama, Shaner? Okay, I'll take that as not much. That's fine. For those of you who don't know, Magic the Gathering, biggest trading card game in the world, arguably the greatest. You can go look it up later. So, Magic the Gathering, what they do is they release like sets, so like chunks of cards that like go together. They're releasing a set which is based on Lord of the Rings this summer. It's in like July.
Wait, I did hear about. Is this about the Aragorn?
No, not the Aragorn. No. So in that set, okay, they how do I phrase this? In one lucky pack, okay, they created the One Ring, so like the ring that Frodo carries and throws in Mordor, okay. They have like a card that's based off of the One Ring. However, there's a special variant of the One Ring that's in what's the language called? Basically Sauron's language.
Yeah, it's
So I'm gonna get my
I don't have it.
My nerd card revoked, but I forget. It's in Sauron's language, the dark language or whatever it's called, and it's in that language, and it's a one-of card. There's one of these cards. It's the only card that exists. Okay, there's pictures of it online. I guess I'll throw it up online since I put the other thing on, so you can look at it. I'm gonna get shredded in the comments. I'm sorry, but there's only one of these rings. Okay. And so there's a lot of them speculate about it. Who's going to open it? How much is going to be worth? But most importantly, what's going to happen to this ring once it's opened? So, Shaner, my question to you is, if you were end up owning the One Ring variant, the one of the One Ring, what would you want to do with it? And then what would you actually do with it? That makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, so do we have a joke answer basically and then a real one?
Yes.
And let me ask this question to clarify things. Am I answering this question as someone who has hardly ever played Magic the Gathering or as a fan of Magic?
You personally.
Okay. So want to, obviously for some, for fun cinematic purposes, I would walk it to the nearest volcano to me and throw it in.
Okay.
You got my reference there, right?
Oh, yeah, I got your reference, yeah.
Yeah, so that for purely joking reasons, though I feel like I would get killed before I got there. So let me change my answer slightly. I would gather together a group of my closest friends and allies, all with special skills. And form the Fellowship of the One Ring card. And together, we would set off across North America to, I believe, Mount St. Helen is the closest volcano we could get to.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but it's the only mainland volcano that I am aware of. I don't know much about volcanoes. Whatever. I would gather them together and we would hike across North America on foot until we reached Mount St. Helen, where I would climb up it and throw the cart into the lava and feel accomplished.
You mean Mount Saint?
Realistically,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, but Mount St. Helen. Did I say that wrong?
Oh, it sounded like you were saying something. Yeah, Mount St. Helens. You're right. Go ahead.
Okay. What I would actually do, probably sell it because it doesn't hold a whole lot of value to me. If I played the game, I would definitely keep it and uh, display it, put it in a frame on the wall, and post it on social media. But realistically, I would probably sell it because I don't have any attachment to it.
Do you know how much people are speculating it's going to be worth?
Exactly.
No. I'm asking, do you know?
No.
Because there's not a lot of speculation. So, like, there's been, like, people that are, like, you know, rich people be like, oh, I'll pay you this much if you get it to me. No, I'll pay you this much if you get it to me. You know. I don't know what the current, like, highest quote-unquote offer is, but it's, like, it's 6 digits. Like, I think the latest one I heard was, like, 500K. Like, serious money.
Now, hear me out.
No, hold on. So there's some that are speculating it's going to reach over 1 million, but that's speculation. Who knows how much it's going to be? But sorry, continue.
Hear me out. Just to make everyone mad, I sell it to like a 10-year-old fan of Magic the Gathering for $4.
You're so evil.
Just to make the rich people mad that they couldn't have it. But yeah, probably. Answer. My realistic answer is I just sell it to somebody and make a decent amount of money and buy something I actually liked. Okay. But I'm curious to hear your answer as a longtime player of Magic the Gathering.
Okay, so unfortunately, my answers aren't too much different than yours. So I'm going to one-up you in your fun answer. So I'm going to get a band of friends, like you said. I don't know, like I'll probably match the number of the Fellowship of the Ring. And I'm going to fly to New Zealand. I'm going to take us all there. Oh. Bring the whole gang. And I'm going to drop it into a volcano there. I don't know if there's any volcanoes in New Zealand.
That would suck. You fly everyone there and they get there and they're like, we don't have any volcanoes.
Well, I'd like make sure there was one there before I went. And if there isn't one there, now I'll probably still go to New Zealand and I'll go to like the highest mountain and I'll just like drop it or something.
You just burn it.
Oh, yeah, burn it. Yeah, that would work too. Yeah. So that would be my fun answer.
That's good.
Actually, a lot of people.
Do I get to be a part of your fellowship?
Sorry, what?
Do I get to be a part of your fellowship?
Bro, you're like my Sam. If I'm Frodo, you're my Sam.
Samesies.
Same. Aw, Shanner. What a guy. Actually, yeah, a lot of people have made the same observation. I'm glad you made that connection. I'm glad you made that off the cuff. My not so fun answer, my serious answer. I would like to think that I would keep it, but that's so much money that I could do. I would pay off all my debts. I could pay off Holly's debts. I could pay off your debts. Like, I could do so much with that money. It would change my life, kind of. So, like, I would probably sell it, but, like, I would like to think I'd keep it. So.
Okay, so wait. Did you have the fly to New Zealand answer before I gave my answer?
Oh, yeah, I had that idea.
Dude, we have, like, the same exact thought process.
So, to be fair, I've seen other people on the internet have that idea, so, like, I kind of stole from them, to be honest. Now, I added the New Zealand idea, because some people are like, oh, let's just drop it in a volcano. I added the New Zealand. I mean, maybe someone else added that.
The New Zealand idea is smart. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so I kind of added that. I'm sure someone else thought of it, but I added that. But I'm glad you had the same thought process because I stole my idea. Yours was original.
It's like an obvious answer, you know. It's a special, one-of-a-kind object that just so happens to be related to the One Ring. What else are we going to do with it?
It's gonna sit in a museum. Probably not, but you know.
Actually, you know what? If a museum offered me the right amount of money, I would rather sell it to a museum so that some snobby rich person wasn't lording it over everybody else.
I mean, maybe, but like, if the snobby rich person could just buy it from the museum, then if they just offer them enough money, like if the rich
Like that's
snobby
true.
dude, like let's just say this, like, okay, a museum's not going to give you like full price, okay? They're gonna like undercut because they're like a museum, they're not full of money. So like, let's just say they give you, I don't even know what like a museum's budget would be, 100,000. Let's just say that. Like some rich guy is gonna offer them like, I don't know, 600,000. Like the museum might take that. I don't know, museum culture and whether they would fall for that, but it's not like
Yeah, actually, you got a point
the
there.
Rosetta Stone. I digress. Cool. That was If You Were. What would you do for funsies with a card? And what would you actually do? Let us know. All right, it's time for us to make some people mad.
Hot
Grr.
takes.
Grr. Hot takes. Just like Shaner said. Pretty self-explanatory. Shaner, hit me. Make me angry.
Okay, my what I think is a hot take from what I've observed is about movie theaters
Oh,
because
okay.
I have been to the movies surprisingly more than I usually do in the last like couple months.
Sure.
For a while there, I had not seen any movies in theaters, but then we just had a really good string of movies together. I saw Cocaine Bear, I saw Jesus Revolution, and then Ant-Man 3, and then just recently I saw Across the Spider-Verse, and then I think sometime this weekend I'm going to go see the new Transformers because I've been waiting for that one for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so also every movie I mentioned, all great, all highly recommended, especially Across the Spider Verse. If you're a fan of the first one and you're not like Eddie, who has somehow not watched it yet, the first one is super good, and the second one was just as good, if not a little better. And it is a great theater going experience. Highly recommended.
Bro, why you gotta call me out like that?
Look, I'm sorry if you haven't seen, and it's not like your excuse is I don't like animated movies. uh, the art style in these movies is incredible, and I feel like it's something you would really like. The music's I don't even like the style of music they use, and even I can appreciate the soundtrack in these movies.
No, I like
They're
anime
just so
films.
good.
I like anime films. I want
That's what
to
I'm
see it.
saying.
I want to see it. I just
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some people I've been like, "Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?" And they're like, "No, I don't really watch animated films." And there's not much you can say there.
right.
But I know you like animated films,
Yeah.
and everything about it you would love. So get on it, maybe.
You know what? There's a lot of films that I have not seen, Shaner, that would blow your mind. I've offended a lot of people by the lack of films I've seen.
Oh, I've been there, done that. Anyways, my hot take is people have gotten, uh, and not in a literal sense, way too comfortable at movie theaters, and I think we should have a return to the old style of movie theaters where you had an usher who would keep track of things and really keep people obeying the rules of the movie theater.
I know where this is going, but continue.
Because of the four movies I've seen these last couple months, three of them were I don't want to say ruined because I still enjoyed the movies, but tainted by people who just were blatantly ignoring the movie theater rules. And they are the most easy rules possible. Don't pull out your phone, don't talk loudly during the movie, and that's about it. Those are the two main rules you have to follow. Now, don't get me wrong, there are exceptions to these rules. I'm not saying people shouldn't be able to talk at all. I talk, to my wife or to my dad if we're seeing a movie together and when I see something I want to tell him about. But learn how to whisper. It's not a hard skill to learn. And if you have an emergency and you need to pull your phone out, sure. First off, if it's a medical emergency and you know you're getting a call soon, maybe don't be seeing a movie. Whatever. but like I know there are exceptions. But mainly the talking one. The last, I think when I saw Ant-Man and when I saw Cocaine Bear, there were people in the theater that just would not stop talking out loud to each other and just to the room in general during the movie and during the commercials. Now the commercials is uh less of a grievance, but it's still annoying to have me, having to hear some 13-year-old's opinions on every movie trailer that comes across the screen. If you want to lean over to your friend and say, I didn't like how that one looked, that's fine. I don't care. I've done that. But I don't need to hear you going, man, that movie doesn't look great at all. That looks terrible out loud to the entire room. I think when I went to see Ant-Man, there was a group of four, like 16-year-olds sitting a row ahead of me. And every trailer that came on, they had to give their commentary to. And I'm too much, I don't like conflict. So I'm not the type of person that will stand up and go, can you please, shut up? We're trying to watch a movie. Uh, but anyone that would have looked at me would have seen I was very unhappy. And when I went to see Cocaine Bear, I think Eddie, I think we talked about this during the Cocaine Bear episode. I had a group of older people sitting behind me, probably in their late 70s, who decided they wanted to give their commentary on the entire movie as it was going on. And it was nothing insightful or witty. It was just, hey, hey, the bear's gonna eat the cocaine. And you kind of want to be like, yeah, I paid to see Cocaine Bear. I know what's gonna happen. This isn't Mystery Science Theater. Just watch the movie, soak it in, and enjoy it. So I think movie theaters have gotten way too comfortable, and we should hire people that keep these rules in line. That's my hot take. I don't know if people think the way I do about that, because obviously there are a lot of people who don't mind talking in the theater. But if it's a hot take, I stand by it. And that's why I mostly try to see shows at matinees now and earlier on in the day if I can, if it's on the weekend, when there's just like two or three people in the theater.
Okay. Are you done? Because I'm going to share my thoughts.
Yes, I would love to hear your thoughts.
So, I'm going to slightly disagree with you. Now, I would be totally fine if there's an usher that tells people to stop doing what I like those two rules that you listed out, Don't talk and don't be on your phone. I like those two rules. I think that it's unrealistic to have people follow those rules during the commercials. Like, they're commercials, okay? If I really wanted to see a trailer, I'll go look it up myself, Like, I don't know. I find them boring, and like I'll half pay attention to them, but like, that's the time for it's not the movie. That's not what I'm paying to see. I'm paying to see the movie, not the commercials. So I don't care if people are being loud and disruptive and stuff. So I think that's a little what's the word I'm looking for?
I agree with what you're saying,
Yeah.
that it shouldn't be as strict during the commercials, but I think part of the movie going experience is seeing commercials on the big screen with a great sound. And it's not so much the talking during the commercials, it's when people are loudly stating their opinions on every commercial, about the commercial.
Okay, but why? Like, why does that bother you? Like, if they shut up during you're there to see the movie. You're not there to see the commercials.
Sometimes I am there to see the commercials as well.
Okay, well
If I see a
that's
commercial at home and I think, man, that was pretty good, I'd love to see that on the big screen with a great sound. Sometimes I'll get excited if a commercial comes on. Again, I definitely agree with you. It shouldn't be as strict during the commercials. I'm not saying somebody should get evicted from a theater or get a stern talking to, because they're talking during a commercial. I'm just saying I think it used to be different.
Oh, I definitely agree. Like, the people are a lot more loud and don't follow those rules nowadays. I don't know when it happened. I mean, I don't go to movie theaters very often. Uh, I think so. Like, I went to go see Cocaine Bear. That's the first time I've been to a movie theater since, gosh, I don't even know. I think Christmas the previous year. So like over a year. I don't know. Anyways, it's been a while. I don't go to movie theaters very often, so I don't know the culture very well. But yeah, there was a shift that happened at some point, and I don't like how people sometimes talk during films. So I agree. Halfly.
But I will agree that yeah, commercials shouldn't be as strict. But let me try another angle real quick.
Sure.
As things, I'm gonna try to say this in a way that isn't controversial, in the wrong way, because I know it's hot takes and we're being controversial.
Yeah.
This can be taken controversially the wrong way. As culture gets more divisive, and so does media, people have stronger and stronger opinions that other people might not agree with, in ways that could lead to some serious, like conflicts. You know what I'm trying to say?
Shaner, why would we go down this route? Okay, I guess we're going down
I'm
this
just
route.
trying to say,
Okay.
You know what? I'm trying not to make it too obvious.
No, I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say.
Okay.
So you're saying that for the safety of others, and because of how quote-unquote society is...
Don't.
What?
I know where you're going with this.
No. You're just saying that for the safety of others,
tone.
that people should be more quiet for the safety of others and for the comfort of others. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. I thought you were going to make this something about... You can cut this out of the episode because this is going to get weird for a second. I thought you were saying that people should have their speech restricted to make others safe. And I was going to be like, I wasn't saying that. Just the way you said that sounded like you were trying to make a point.
You thought I was trying to go anti-free speech?
I thought as a joke you were trying to make me look bad.
Oh, no.
Just based on your tone sounded slightly sarcastic. And I'm like, I think I know where this is headed.
No, I'm sorry. I did not. I can look back. It did kind of come out that way, but I sounded that way because I was like, I can't believe we're talking about this right now. That's why I sound like that.
It's not even safety necessarily. It's just trying to avoid people getting into verbal arguments in a movie theater because I'm trying to watch a movie.
Sure. So you're not gonna like me because like I talk a lot during the commercials. Now I'm not like too loud, but like I'm a naturally louder person. So like you would not like going to the movie theater with me.
Have we ever gone to the movies together?
I don't think we have. No, we've seen a lot of movies together, but we've never gone to a movie theater.
Oh well.
We'll have to change that.
And like I said, people do it anyways, so it's not anything I'm gonna like make a big deal if anyone does it.
Sure.
It just, and not all talking. Like if you're gonna make commentary on a movie, at least make it witty and funny. You know, like if those old people had said something really funny about Cocaine Bear, I would have had less of a problem with it.
Sure.
But anyways, I want to hear your hot take because you made it sound so interesting.
All right, Shanner. So for my hot take, I'm going to get a very specific group of people upset, but I think everyone will agree with me in general. So, Chick-fil-A. Let's talk about Chick-fil-A for a minute.
Oh boy.
Listen, fellas, it's not as good as everyone makes it out to be. Okay, it is very much overrated. Can we just admit that as a group? My brothers and sisters in Christ, as a fellow Christian, listen, I know Chick-fil-A, they're closed on Sundays, they pay well, they help out the youth by hiring them, but like, that's all great and everything, but like their food, it's fast food, guys. Like, it's not gourmet. It's not Texas Roadhouse. It's not, what's another good place? Buca de Papo.
His only idea is a good place. Like, it's not gourmet or Texas Roadhouse. I got nothing else.
Well, it's not. I'm trying to list like places that people would actually go out to eat, you know? Like
Eddie's only ever been to Outback Steakhouse.
Oh my gosh,
that'd be terrible.
Hey, it's just not that good, okay? Chick-fil-A is overrated, okay? I shouldn't say it's not that good. It's good for fast food, okay? But it's not. It's overrated, okay? Can we stop like holding Chick-fil-A up to like this standard of highness, okay? Yeah, I like their chicken nuggets. They're pretty good. Yeah, the lemonade's pretty good. Yeah, I can go for a chicken sandwich every once in a while, okay? But it's still fast food, guys, okay? You don't need to be going there every day or every other day for their waffle fries, okay? They're just fries in a different shape, okay? Just, y'all need to chill, all right? And their employees need to chill, okay? I've given this rant before where, like, I like to be left alone when I'm eating. I don't like to be bothered all the time. And that's, like, a personal thing, so I'm not going to put that on them. But, like, there's so many of their employees they're like all super helpful, which is usually good, you know, but like they gotta tone it down a bit, okay? Like I don't need them to lose their arm for me. Okay?
Eddie's like, my problem with Chick-fil-A is that they are just so helpful. Man, I hate it.
No, they need to take a chill pill, okay?
Can you throw my food on the floor and stomp on it for me? That would make me feel better.
Okay.
You care about what I want. How dare you?
It's fast food, okay? I'm not going out to like a 4-star restaurant or 3-star, okay? I don't need that type of service, okay? Chill down.
Like Outback Steakhouse?
Like Outback Steakhouse, exactly. And why are they hiring all these young people? You know, like, hey, listen, I'm glad they got those jobs, and I'm glad they pay them well. But like, why is it all younger people? You know, like that's kind of sus. There's got to be some like business plan there, because you can't just tell me they're doing it at the kindness of their hearts. Okay.
What would be your business plan there?
I don't know, because they're younger, they can pay them less, but they pay them well, so like they don't have to pay adults as well.
What are we accusing them?
Oh, hold on, I got it. Shady, you ready for this? We're about to get canceled. You ready?
Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Eddie, eating people is never okay.
Well, you know, we had that convo with Amanda. Well, okay, you had that convo with Amanda about the legality of eating people. So that kind of inspired my thought process behind this. So
okay, our conversation was about what defines cannibalism, not is it okay to grind up youthful workers for your sandwiches?
Well, okay, hold on. I didn't exactly. Now you're twisting my words. I'm not going back and saying it, but
you said. Now,
you know what, Shanner? You're really taking me out of context here. You.
All of that to say, thanks for that. But I will agree with you on everything except the waffle fries. I think their chicken is slightly overrated. I like a good spicy deluxe chicken sandwich, but I will agree with you, it is overrated. However, I disagree that waffle fries are just fries. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the way they cook them, the way they salt them, the shape. Something about them is magical, and I would go there just to eat waffle fries and like a normal drink.
Listen, I'm not saying it's like good fast food, but like that's like saying, oh, it's what's a good comparison?
It's like Texas Roadhouse.
Oh,
Outback Steakhouse.
That's a good Walmart product. You know, like you don't go to Walmart for like good quality products. You know, you go to Walmart for something cheap that will, you know, suffice.
Yeah, okay. I just think their waffle fries are good.
Hey, you know what? They're just fries. You know, like.
But hey, if Outback Steakhouse starts serving waffle fries, then we can have a different conversation.
If you're going to Longhorn Steakhouse for waffle fries, that's
said
a
three
whole
different
different
steakhouses.
Whatever, steak. They're all the same. They're all the same.
We said Outback Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse, and Texas Longhorn.
Whatever.
For Longhorn Steakhouse. Okay. Yeah, so Eddie only knows one fancy restaurant, and it's Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah, you got it. You heard it from here. Anyways, we need to move on to our last segment, which is wacky crimes in different times. And this is where Shaner looks up a wacky crime, and he just tells us about it, you know? Just good old sit back, listen to Shaner talk to us in his steady voice.
Let me soothe you.
Okay, I was trying to pick an adjective that was not suggestive, and you just okay.
I didn't. That was not meant to be suggestive.
Okay, whatever.
That was meant to be like
ASMR video on
jazz.
The way. Sorry, go ahead.
Like jazz. You know, like a guy playing the saxophone. He goes,
Okay.
Listen to this groovy tune.
Do. Yeah, okay. Anyways, Shaner, hit us. What's your crime for this?
All right, we're talking about the murder of Barbara Ann Woods. Now I know what you're thinking. Sure, it's a murder. How wacky can that be? Well, wait till you hear this. So Barbara Ann Woods lived in Canada, and this all took place in like 1987, around there. Her daughter was married to, let me get this guy's name, Kenneth Park, and they had a great relationship. Barbara loved their daughter, you know, her granddaughter. And, everyone liked each other. Nobody hated each other. This wasn't a bad in-law relationship. But the problem was Kenneth had insomnia and stress and suffered a lot from it because he had gambling addictions.
Oh.
Yeah, big gambling problems. So he thought the best solution to that would be to embezzle money from his employer and then gamble that money in order to pay off his debts.
Smart.
And then he would put the money back that he stole. He would probably, like, triple, quadruple his earnings, put the money back, pay off his debt with the rest of the money, and nobody's the wiser. But then he lost it all because he put the wrong bet on the wrong horse. They found the money was missing, fired Kenneth, and pressed charges against him. And then he stole money from the family savings account, which is not a great thing. Anyways, after all of that, Barbara Ann Woods, she still loved Kenneth. She still a great relationship with him. She even referred to him as her gentle giant.
Oh,
But
okay.
then, May 24th, 1987, in the early hours of the morning, he got out of bed, went to their house, to his in-laws' house, to Barbara Wood's house, got a tire iron out of his trunk, went inside, uh, choked the father-in-law till he passed out, and then beat Barbara Woods very much so with the tire iron and stabbed her with a kitchen knife, and she died.
Well,
And
that's kind of rude.
I know you're thinking, what's the weird part? Like, come on, that's just a murder. You could hear this on any true crime podcast. Here's where things get interesting. He drove to a police station, confessed to all the murders. But here's the problem. Here's where things get really weird. He said the first thing he remembers is being at the police station. He had no memory of the murder. His defense, what he thought, would get him out of it, was he claimed he murdered them whilst sleepwalking. And everything from waking up, not even waking up, so I guess he'd be sleepwalking, getting in his car, driving 15 miles to their house, getting out, grabbing the tire iron, choking out his father in law till he passed out, and then murdering his mother in law, driving to the police station where he, quote, woke up and didn't remember killing anybody. He just realized he had blood in his hands and figured out he murdered somebody. So they took him to trial, and people were skeptic, but they had a team of sleep experts. They were skeptical about it, but they confirmed and concluded that it was possible he could have done it. He could have been sleeping this whole time.
Get out of
So they went
here.
through and they looked at his lack of motive. Obviously he didn't have any problems with his in-laws. Even after the whole money thing, nobody got mad at him. Nobody was like giving him, I say nobody. His in-laws weren't giving him a hard time. They still loved him. He loved them. That's not something you want to just end. And amongst all his interviews, he kept his story consistent. And then finally, he had some weird brain readings, electromagnetic brain readings that would match up with people suffering sleep disorders. Obviously, he had insomnia. And he couldn't fake those impulses because obviously you can't fake electromagnetic impulses in your brain. That's not something you can just, you know, change. So that convinced the jury that he was telling the truth, and he was acquitted of all charges
Wow.
because supposedly he sleep murdered his mother-in-law. And again, we're not just talking about, like, he didn't just fall asleep at the wheel and drive them both off a cliff or hit somebody with his car while he fell asleep. He got out of bed, got into his car. I can reiterate this. Drove 15 miles, went to his trunk, got a weapon, went inside, choked his father-in-law so much he passed out, and then beat his mother-in-law until I'm guessing she was, hardly probably able to stand, and then stabbed her with a kitchen knife. And then drove to the police station without causing any problems, and thereupon woke up. So, what do you think? You think he was telling the truth? Was he faking it?
Huh. That is a wacky crime. That is a wacky crime.
It wouldn't be so wacky if he was found guilty.
Right.
But the fact that they were convinced enough to acquit him of all charges, and this is not a sympathetic guy, you know? He was kind of in a downward spiral. I'm not saying he deserved to be, charged if he actually was, asleep doing all this, if that proved out to be true.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it wasn't someone the jury was like, oh no, look at this poor guy. Like,
Right.
he unconsciously perhaps murdered a woman after beating her. So they would have had to be pretty convinced to not convict this guy.
So he wasn't even given, like, told to go to, like, a mental institution, or not told to, like, visit, like, a therapist. He was just like, you're good to go. That's it.
He was acquitted of charges. Now, it doesn't say, the article stops there, and it doesn't say if he had any, like, therapy. I'm guessing he probably would have taken himself to, like, a sleep study or something,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not something you want to have happen again.
Right.
Again, based on the fact that this is possibly true, there's no way of knowing for sure.
No.
Nobody saw it except for, well, I guess the father-in-law saw it. That would be an interesting thing I didn't get to read about, is what the father-in-law said. But with all the science there, backing up with his brain waves, you can't prove it completely, but it's all kind of pointing to the idea that he was not guilty. So, yeah, there you go. Sleep murder.
Huh. Yeah, I really don't have anything to say about that. That's just like, okay, I guess that happened.
Yep, 1987. I wonder if he's still alive. Let me look that up real quick while you give some final thoughts or whichever.
Huh. Yeah, I really don't have any final thoughts. That's just kind of like, okay then, I guess that happened. Huh. I guess I'll keep that in mind in case I accidentally murder someone. But hold on, I don't have insomnia,
Wait a
so
minute.
that wouldn't work.
Eddie's like, that's a good idea. If I ever get it in my head to murder someone, I could just say I was sleepwalking. Somehow I ended up at Outback Steakhouse.
Hey, that is a high end place. Okay, that only happens at Chick-fil-A. Okay.
You saying people only get, murderers only end up at Chick-fil-A?
You know exactly what I mean, Shaner.
It sounds like you're saying that when people murder people, they end up at Chick-fil-A and not Outback Steakhouse.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to our show. We really appreciate your ears and attentions. Thank you, Shaner, for the wacky crime. Thank you for, the Pokemon episode getting so high. Is there anything else you want to mention, Shaner?
No, just comment, give us feedback, or I'll do the same thing I said earlier.
It's true.
I'll come up with a more creative one next time, but yeah, I think the threat of arson is a pretty good deterrent here, or a pretty good incentive. So, if you like your house and you like it the way it is, not on fire.
Oh, actually,
nobody has to have their house burned down. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, hey, it doesn't have to happen, but like Shaner has to do what he has to do. Oh, one other thing before we sign off, I forgot. Our next episode is going to be another special episode because we have been doing this Small Beards Big Opinions thing for a year almost. Just about.
Hooray! Happy birthday!
So we're going to do like a 1-year anniversary special episode, and y'all are not going to see this coming. I don't think we've spoiled this idea before. I don't think we have.
I think we maybe mentioned the idea of this happening last episode.
Maybe. We might have.
Like the vague idea of what it could be, but not the fact that we're using this for the anniversary episode.
Anyway, so yeah, we have a special episode coming up next episode in 2 weeks. You're not going to want to miss that. Thank you everyone for listening. subscribe, Instagram, Facebook, follow us, dislike, the whole shebang. Have a good night.
See you later.